Have you ever heard of someone who seemed perfectly healthy one day but didn't wake up the next morning? It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? That's exactly what happened to James, a 71-year-old grandfather who lived a simple, peaceful life. He had dinner with his family, watched a bit of TV, and went to bed like usual. But when his wife tried to wake him up the next morning, he didn't respond. He had passed away in his sleep. His family was devastated. There were no signs, no warnings. How could this happen? Was it just old age, or was something else at play? The truth is, after 70, the way you sleep and what you do before bedtime can silently put your health at risk. Many seniors unknowingly follow habits that can increase the chances of strokes, heart attacks, and even sudden death. These are things you may have done for years without thinking twice. But as we age, our bodies change, and what once seemed harmless can become dangerous. The good news is, once you recognize these hidden risks, you can take simple steps to protect yourself, sleep better, and wake up feeling stronger every morning. So stay with me until the end, because the last bedtime habit we'll discuss is something that most seniors do every single night, without realizing how dangerous it can be. 1. Your body changes after 70, and so should your bedtime habits. Let's talk about what really happens as we get older. When you were younger, you could eat a late-night snack, drink a big glass of water, and sleep through the night without a problem. But after 70, your metabolism slows down, your heart works harder, and your body becomes more sensitive to even small disruptions. Take Margaret, for example. She's 75, and for most of her life, she's had a habit of drinking tea before bed. But lately, she's been waking up multiple times at night to use the bathroom. At first, she thought it was normal, just part of aging. But what she didn't realize was that these constant interruptions were straining her heart and increasing her risk of falls. Many seniors don't think twice about their nighttime habits, but ignoring them can lead to serious health problems, including poor sleep, weakened immunity, and even increased risk of heart failure or stroke. So here's the solution. Start paying attention to what you do before bedtime. Even small adjustments can reduce these risks and help you sleep better. And in the next section, we'll dive into specific habits that might be affecting you without you even knowing it. 2. Why ignoring your bedtime routine can be dangerous. Think about this. When was the last time you changed your bedtime routine? Many people stick to the same habits for decades, never realizing that their bodies no longer respond the same way. Take Frank, for example. He's 72 and has always loved eating a big dinner before bed. It never used to bother him, but now he wakes up with heartburn, sometimes even gasping for air. He brushes it off, thinking it's just a little indigestion. What he doesn't know is that acid reflux at night can weaken the muscles in the throat, increasing the risk of aspiration pneumonia, a dangerous lung infection that can be fatal for seniors. This is why awareness is so important. You may not feel the effects immediately, but over time, poor bedtime habits can take a serious toll on your health. From disrupted sleep to increased heart strain, the dangers are real. But the good news is, once you recognize the problem, you can start making changes today. In the next section, we'll go over the 4 bedtime habits that could be silently affecting your health, and what you can do instead to protect yourself and sleep safely every night. 3. The smallest changes can have the biggest impact. Now, here's the most important part. You can take control of your sleep and your health, no matter your age. It all starts with small, intentional changes to your bedtime routine. When Robert, a 74-year-old retiree, started adjusting his nighttime habits, he was amazed at how much better he felt. He stopped drinking liquids late at night, ate dinner earlier, and made his bedroom cooler. Within weeks, he was sleeping through the night, feeling more energized in the morning, and even noticed an improvement in his memory. The reality is, aging doesn't mean you have to suffer from poor sleep or constant health scares. By recognizing these hidden dangers and making small adjustments, you can wake up feeling stronger, healthier, and more refreshed every morning. And that's exactly what we'll cover next: the 4 bedtime habits that could be putting you at risk. Some of them might surprise you, and others might be things you've done for years. But don't worry, I'll also show you simple, practical solutions to protect your health and get the best sleep possible. So stay with me, because the last habit we discuss is something that almost every senior does without realizing how dangerous it can be. Let's dive in. Now that we've talked about how your body changes after 70 and why your nighttime routine matters, let's dive into the specific habits that could be silently affecting your health. You might be surprised by some of them, especially the last one, because almost every senior does it without realizing how dangerous it can be. The good news? Once you identify these risky habits, making small adjustments can help you sleep better, wake up feeling stronger, and lower your chances of serious health problems. So let's get started with the first bedtime habit you need to avoid. 4. Eating heavy meals. Too late at night. After a long day, sometimes a big comforting meal feels like just what you need before bed. But did you know that eating late at night could actually be putting your heart and overall health at risk? Take George, a 73-year-old retiree who loves his late-night snacks. He often eats a full dinner at 8 or 9 p.m. and sometimes even grabs a bowl of ice cream before bed. Lately, though, he's been waking up in the middle of the night with a burning sensation in his chest. Some nights, his heart races so fast it scares him. But he always tells himself, it's just indigestion. What George doesn't know is that eating heavy meals too late at night forces his body to stay active when it should be resting. Here's what happens. Digestion slows down as you age, meaning food sits in your stomach longer. Acid reflux becomes more common, causing discomfort, heartburn, and even difficulty breathing. Your heart has to work harder because late-night eating can increase blood pressure and disrupt sleep. Blood sugar levels spike, which can be dangerous for those with diabetes or heart conditions. And here's the scariest part. Seniors who regularly eat late at night have a higher risk of nighttime heart attacks and strokes because their bodies are under extra stress when they should be in deep restorative sleep. So what can you do instead? Finish your last meal at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime to allow your body enough time to digest properly. Choose lighter, healthier evening snacks if you get hungry, like a handful of nuts, a small piece of fruit, or herbal tea. Sit upright for at least an hour after eating to help prevent acid reflux and heartburn. Even small changes like these can make a huge difference in your sleep quality and heart health. 5. Drinking too much liquid before bed. We all know that staying hydrated is important, but did you know that drinking too much liquid before bed can actually increase your risk of falls, heart issues, and even cognitive decline? Meet Evelyn, a 75-year-old woman who loves ending her night with a cup of warm tea. She believes it helps her relax, but there's just one problem. She wakes up 4 or 5 times a night to use the bathroom. Every time she gets up, she feels dizzy, and one night, she nearly lost her balance. This is a common issue among seniors. As you age, your bladder weakens, making it harder to hold urine for long periods. Your kidneys continue filtering fluids at night, leading to more frequent urges. Sudden nighttime movements can cause dizziness and falls, especially if your blood pressure drops when you stand up too quickly, And here's what most people don't realize. Frequent nighttime urination, also called nocturia, is linked to a higher risk of dementia and memory decline because it disrupts deep sleep. So how can you prevent this? Drink the majority of your fluids earlier in the day, gradually reducing intake by the evening. Avoid caffeine and alcohol in the afternoon and evening, as they can act as diuretics. Take small sips if you're thirsty at night instead of drinking a full glass of water. Making these changes can help you sleep through the night, wake up feeling more rested, and lower your risk of dangerous falls. 6. Sleeping in a room that's too warm. A cozy, warm bedroom might sound inviting, but did you know that keeping your room too warm at night can silently put your heart at risk? Take Henry, a 76-year-old man who always sleeps with extra blankets and keeps his thermostat at 75 degrees Fahrenheit. He wakes up sweaty, tosses and turns all night, and often feels groggy in the morning. He chalks it up to getting older, but what's really happening is that his body is struggling to regulate temperature. Here's why this is dangerous. As you age, your body becomes less efficient at cooling itself down, meaning you overheat more easily. Your heart has to work harder to keep you cool, increasing the risk of cardiovascular strain. Dehydration sets in overnight, which can cause blood to thicken, leading to a higher risk of blood clots, strokes and heart attacks. So how can you sleep safer and healthier? Keep your bedroom between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the ideal temperature for deep, restful sleep. Use breathable, lightweight blankets instead of heavy ones that trap heat. Wear moisture-wicking sleepwear to stay cool and dry throughout the night. Use a fan or open a window for better air circulation. By making this simple change, you can improve your sleep quality, reduce your risk of overheating, and wake up feeling refreshed instead of exhausted. 7. Sleeping in the wrong position. Most people don't think twice about how they sleep. But did you know that the wrong sleeping position can restrict airflow, increase heart strain, and even raise the risk of stroke? Meet Robert, a 77-year-old man who has always slept on his back. Lately, his wife has noticed that he sometimes stops breathing for a few seconds at night before suddenly gasping for air. At first, he ignored it, but over time, he started waking up with headaches, dizziness, and daytime fatigue. What Robert didn't know was that sleeping on his back was making him more likely to develop sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep. This can lead to lower oxygen levels, putting extra stress on the heart, interrupted sleep, increasing the risk of memory problems and cognitive decline, higher risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and even sudden cardiac arrest. The best sleeping position for seniors? Sleeping on your left side. It improves circulation, making it easier for your heart to pump blood. It helps with digestion and reduces acid reflux. It keeps airways open, reducing the risk of sleep apnea and breathing problems. If you struggle to stay on your side, try using a body pillow to prevent rolling onto your back, and elevate your head slightly with a supportive pillow. Making this one small adjustment can dramatically improve your sleep and protect your heart. Final thoughts. The power of small changes. Now that you know the 4 bedtime habits that could be affecting your health, it's time to take action. Which of these habits do you recognize in your own routine? Have you been eating too late, drinking too much before bed, or keeping your room too warm? The good news is, it's never too late to make a change. Even adjusting just one of these habits tonight could make a huge difference in your sleep quality, heart health, and overall well-being. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments which habit surprised you the most. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another video about staying healthy and strong after 70. Now let's move forward to the final part, where I'll share one last habit that could be silently putting you in danger every night. Stay with me. We've covered 4 bedtime habits that could be silently harming your health, but there's one last habit that most seniors do every single night without realizing how dangerous it can be. This habit can lead to breathing problems, heart strain, and even a higher risk of stroke or sudden cardiac arrest. And yet, many people never question it because they assume, "I've been sleeping like this my whole life, so it must be fine." The truth is, after 70, your body doesn't work the same way it used to, and even the smallest adjustments to your bedtime routine can have a huge impact on your long-term health. So let's talk about this final habit, why it's so risky, and what you can do instead to protect yourself and sleep safely every single night. 8. Sleeping in the wrong position. Most people don't think twice about the way they sleep. You get into bed, find a comfortable spot, and drift off. But did you know that the wrong sleeping position can actually make it harder for your body to function properly while you rest? Let's talk about Paul, a 76-year-old retired schoolteacher. He had always been a back sleeper, and for decades it never seemed like a problem. But over time, his wife started noticing something strange. He would sometimes stop breathing for a few seconds during the night, then suddenly gasp for air. At first he ignored it. But as the months went on, Paul started waking up feeling exhausted, dizzy, and short of breath. He had trouble concentrating during the day and even started experiencing occasional chest pain at night. What Paul didn't know was that his sleeping position was making him more likely to develop sleep apnea, a condition where the airway becomes blocked during sleep, reducing oxygen levels in the body. Here's why sleeping on your back can be dangerous after 70. Gravity causes your tongue and soft tissues to fall back, partially blocking your airway. This reduces oxygen levels, forcing your heart to work harder throughout the night. Over time, poor oxygen flow can increase your risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and even strokes. And here's something even more concerning. Research shows that untreated sleep apnea can significantly increase the risk of sudden cardiac arrest during sleep. But it's not just back sleeping that can cause problems. Sleeping on your right side can also put extra strain on your heart, making it harder for blood to circulate properly. So what's the best position for sleeping after 70? Experts recommend sleeping on your left side because it improves circulation, allowing your heart to pump blood more efficiently. It reduces acid reflux and heartburn, making it easier to sleep comfortably. It keeps your airways open, reducing the risk of breathing problems like sleep apnea. If you're used to sleeping on your back, switching positions might feel uncomfortable at first. But here are some simple ways to train your body to sleep on your left side. Use a body pillow to support your back and prevent rolling over in the night. Slightly elevate your head with a supportive pillow to keep your airway open. Place a pillow between your knees to keep your spine aligned and reduce pressure on your lower back. Making this one small adjustment could dramatically improve your sleep, protect your heart, and lower your risk of serious nighttime health complications. So tonight, before you go to bed, take a moment to think about your sleeping position. Could this one simple change help you sleep safer and healthier? Try it and see how much better you feel in the morning. Final thoughts. Your health is in your hands. We've covered 5 bedtime habits that might seem harmless, but could actually be putting your health at risk after 70. Eating heavy meals too late, drinking too much liquid before bed, keeping your room too warm, sleeping in the wrong position. Each of these habits can silently impact your heart, your sleep quality, and your overall well-being. But here's the good news. These risks aren't set in stone. The power to improve your health, protect your body, and sleep better every night is in your hands. Now, take a moment to reflect. Which of these habits do you recognize in your own routine? Have you been waking up multiple times to use the bathroom? Have you been struggling with restless sleep or morning fatigue? Maybe you've been sleeping in the wrong position for years without realizing the effect it could have on your heart. Whatever the case, the key is awareness. Once you recognize the problem, you can take steps to fix it. Tonight's challenge: take action on one habit. Here's my challenge for you. Choose just one of these habits and change it tonight. Maybe you'll eat your last meal a little earlier. Maybe you'll lower the thermostat in your bedroom. Maybe you'll shift to sleeping on your left side instead of your back. Even one small change can make a big difference over time. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments which habit surprised you the most. And if you're ready to start improving your sleep and protecting your health, comment, "I'm making a change tonight," below so I know you're taking action. And don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another video on staying healthy, strong and independent after 70. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.